Tune into Nice Radio every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for A View from the Outside, hosted by Brereton Horne. A View from the Outside takes a look at key issues affecting St Vincent and the Grenadines and gives a global perspective on how these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear A View from the Outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on Nice Radio for A View from the Outside.
On A View from the Outside this week being the 11th of August 2018, we look at protection, P-R-O-T-E-C-T-I-O-N, protection, with the view being that the crime wave, which is wreaking havoc in St Vincent and the Grenadines, Vincentians are fearful and screaming out for the protection of the state because they do not feel safe and secure. The Cambridge Dictionary defines protection simply as the act of protecting or the state of being protected. So with that definition in mind, and with the mood in the entire country and the news which is transmitted across the world, it is clear that Vincentians do not feel that they are being adequately protected by the state. Vincentians clearly feel that the protection of the state is glaringly lacking. The 18th century political philosopher Thomas Hobbes said that insecurity abounds in a country without a government that provides the safety of law and order to protect its citizens from each other. It is no secret that Vincentians are crying out for the protection of the government against crime. The cries of the people grow louder as the crimes occur more often and become more gruesome, and as those crimes get closer to their doors. The increase in crime is not just confined to one area of crime. However, the most serious crimes appear to be escalating out of control. It has been reported that there were 79 homicides or killings, or as we say colloquially, murders, in the preceding years, 2016, 2017. 40 in one year and 39 in another. The trend appears to be continuing because it has been reported that the number of homicides, killings, murders in the country so far this year being 2018, stands at 18. So there are 18 killings or murders this year already. People are being killed with more regularity. There were 4 in one weekend, which prompted one online publication to use the headline, 4 in a row, a phrase which was the regime's slogan during the 2015 elections. Most of the deaths occurred as a result of gunshots. And it has to be borne in mind that many are also shot but not killed. Many people are concerned that with the increase in crime, and especially violent crimes, that there is very little or no official word on the situation coming from the establishment. It has been said that not much, if anything at all, is said on the subject by the Minister of National Security. It has been said that the Minister of National Security offers no protection to the Vincentian people. It has been said that he remains silent on the escalating crime levels in the country. And it has also been said that not much, if anything at all, is said on the subject by the Commissioner of Police. People are concerned. They want to know about the influx of guns in the country. They want assurances about their safety and security, especially when there's a situation now that people are being shot in crossfire, even when they are relaxing in their own homes. People are concerned. They want to hear officially from government why the crime rate is so high. They want to know when. They want to know when their family visit from abroad, that they, their family members, are not subjected to a brutal and gruesome death. They want to know why, in a country as small as St Vincent and the Grenadines, with a population of just over 100,000 people, solving crime seems so difficult. People want the protection of knowing that crimes are promptly and thoroughly investigated, and that the perpetrators are arrested and brought to justice, that they are convicted. People want assurances that government has a policy to deal with the crime wave. They want the assurance that government has a policy to deal with the causes of crime, a promise which they, the government, made over 17 years ago. People want assurance that government has a plan to keep its citizens safe. People want to be kept safe. People are concerned because it is not only the homicide or murder rate which is on the increase. Many other crimes are on the rise also. Rape and sexual abuse of women and girls is rampant. Those crimes are rampant. Domestic violence is also reported to be on the increase. Armed robbery of individuals and businesses and theft are reported to be occurring all too frequently. Visitors are reported to be robbed at gunpoint and frightened out of their wits. Burglary is on the increase. Farmers have all but given up because predial larceny is so rampant. The livestock and crops of farmers are being stolen from them, and farmers feel powerless and hopeless to get any redress. Drug trafficking is rampant. People are disappearing, missing without a trace, and there is no official word from government, from the establishment. It has also been reported that human trafficking has taken root in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And in addition to all of that, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has become notorious for money laundering, so much so that the country features highly in the Paul Manafort money laundering trial, which is currently being held in the United States of America. And while all of that is happening in the country, many people say that they get the feeling that the protection of citizens is not a priority for the regime. And people say this because they do not hear from the Minister of National Security on this subject. People are concerned. They believe that the Minister of National Security is more concerned about the safety and security of the President of Venezuela than of the citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People say that while the Minister of National Security travels the world and makes prime ministerial statements from wherever he is in support of the President of Venezuela and condemning the purported assassination of that president, it is glaring that he remains silent regarding the crime wave which is crippling his own people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People worry. They say that while the minister of National Security surrounds himself with a huge security detail to keep himself and his family safe. The ordinary Vincentian is being murdered mercilessly on the streets of the country, and he remains silent about it. People are concerned because the propagandists for the regime try to normalize crime. They take to the airwaves to try to hoodwink you by telling you that this situation, the crime situation, is happening everywhere else in the world, and that you need not worry because it's normal. People are concerned because they know that no matter what the propagandists say, such situation can never be normal in St Vincent and the Grenadines. People are concerned because they believe that those who support the regime, including those who call themselves progressive, also remain silent on the frightening crime situation in the country. Some of those so-called progressives try to emulate the Minister of National Security by also making pronouncements in support of the Venezuelan president. We, on A View from the Outside, call upon all of those who remain silent to speak out in support of and on behalf of the safety and security of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Those of you who see and know the wrongs that have been committed against your family member, against your brother, against your sister, against your neighbor, against your fellow citizens, and say or do nothing, you need to know that your silence will not protect you. Know also what Winston Churchill said all those years ago: an appeaser is one who feeds the crocodile, hoping that it will eat him last. You need to know that if you continue to pander to an uncaring regime, that one day, when they think that you have stepped out of line or that you have served your purpose, they will get you. The crocodile will eat you. You are urged to speak up now before it is too late for you. The churches also have a responsibility to speak out on behalf of the people of the country. Speak out on behalf of the people who make up your own congregation. And you, the church, the leaders of the church, you must not be silenced by the promise of duty-free concessions or positions of grandeur. We, on A View from the Outside, call upon all those who wield power in the country. And in particular, we call upon the Minister of National Security to speak up and let the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines know how you, Mr. Minister of National Security, plan to curb crime and the causes of crime in the country. Tell the people how you plan to keep them safe and secure. Tell the people what kind of protection you have to offer to them. Speak up and tell the world what kind of assistance you can offer to visitors to put people at ease when they visit the country. Do not remain silent and in the comfort of your own and your family's security, because that silence will hurt rather than help the country. It will hurt the country beyond repair. Tourism, which is now touted as the lifeblood of the country, is affected massively because of that crime wave, and it will continue to be affected even more. We, on A View from the Outside, therefore urge you, Mr. Minister of National Security, to pay heed to the words of Nelson Mandela. While you have recognized the centenary of Nelson Mandela and named a road in his name, we ask you to respect Nelson Mandela's memory and pay heed to his words. we ask you to offer safety, security, and protection to all of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is what Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "Safety and security don't just happen. They are the result of collective consensus and public investment. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in our society, a life free of violence and fear." Unquote. Until next week, this is Brereton Horne with a view from the outside, with a reminder to send feedback, as usual, to a view from the outside at hotmail.com. That's a view from the outside at hotmail.com. Have a pleasant Saturday, a wonderful Sunday, and a productive week ahead, and demand protection for all. Thank you, Justin. Goodbye.
Yes, and thank you very much. That's Brereton Horne with a view from the outside.